Okay. Okay. Test chat. Huh? Okay. Platforms, YouTube. Okay. Okay. I think that we're good now. Just making sure that. Okay, the streams are connected. My game window is not fucked anymore. Okay, let me go ahead and clear my local chat. Okay, and then I guess I should probably send out the stream notification. Okay, boot up the twitter.com. And boop. Wait, what? What? Okay. Took a few times. Wait. You've reached your daily limit for this action? Excuse me? Okay, I'm gonna guess that was just like a random bug because this is the first post that I've sent for the day. Okay, so that notification has been sent out. And then I think we're good. Let me just open up my notes real quick. Okay, there we go. Options, sound. Reset to default. I reset to default. I'm gonna have to fix my field of view. Yeah, this field of view is way too zoomed in. Okay, field of view. I can't remember which direction I move it in. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Okay. Enable cheats. Okay. Right. Okay. rebind the inputs. Okay, so one, two, three, four. Universe in which that works. And because you have to have a line going through here, I don't think there would be any way for me to do a door drop with the first one. That there. Then the idea is to maybe, because I'm already connected to some stuff, so normally I would one to grab, then 2, 3, one to grab, 2, 3, and then drop. Well, 2, 3, and then drop. But I'm already linked to this. So if I do 1, 2, and then drop it. The issue becomes that you're now connected to a bunch of other stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work. Because being connected to that connector over there kills this red line, and being connected to that blue receiver kills this red line. And that red line has to get all the way over there, so the blue plus red equals green. Unless there's... Am I stupid? Can I just jump over the wall? If I had a single box, this would probably be doable. Although I don't think there's any boxes in E3. I am going to drink some water now. Okay. Okay, I don't think there's going to be a way to... I don't think there's going to be a way to save by reusing connections. Although, oh no, wait, hang on a second. I might have been connected to redundant stuff. Oh no, I was not connected to redundant stuff. Maybe if there's some funky level geometry anywhere, I could utilize that. So, 1 to grab, 2, 3. Except, the first 2 interactions with this are always required, because you need to link to this anyway. And then you would have 2 connections that get in the way. So then you'd have to unlink to those, which would actually make this 4, which is 1 less optimal than 3. Although, I suppose you have to reconnect to this. So it would be 1 to grab, 2, 3, 4, drop. So the other way would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's still one more worse. Because you'd have to disconnect from this. Unless there could be a way. Unless there could be a way to, okay, you would be connected to you, and you, and you. If there's a way to get this placed here, like directly behind it, such that it would block all the lasers. So, like, something like that. If you could get a setup that's like that. Oh no, except that's also blocking the connection to that. And you have to get the blue to send out to that. Fuck. Although, you could possibly do the blue connection at the start, here. At the start of the puzzle. Okay, so you could do red from the get-go. Maybe. Okay, you could do red here. Okay, so you can do the red there, and then it doesn't matter if the connections... Wait, actually, hang on a second. You can do the red here, keep your connections, you do your other normal links. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, so you couldn't reuse this for the blue. Okay, so you can do the red at no additional cost, and then that clears up a laser line, potentially. Ooh, actually, hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, so you would do boop, boop, boop. Okay, so you connect the red through there. Oh, there, I saw it. Oh, come on, where's the spot? You know what? Let's just move this a little closer. There we go. Okay, so you'd connect this, do all the reds, then you'd connect this, and then you pick this one up, so now the red and the blue is no longer interfering. So then now you could do the blue. Yeah, but the biggest issue is that you're going to be connected to so many things that get in the way. Because I think the only way that this saves anything is if you could somehow figure out a way to pick this up and then put it back down without breaking the connections. Because it costs 3 to just grab it and do it normally. But the grab and then the link is required. So the only one you could potentially skip is that one. But you have 2 lasers that are blocking a very critical step in this procedure. So I don't think that this is going to be viable. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the best I'm gonna get it anyway, for now. can somewhat stand on this. Although, good luck getting out. There's a question. In the DLC, you were able to jump on the tables in the Lost puzzles. I wonder if that's a thing in base game as well. No? Okay, so it was just the DLC. Do do. Oh, actually, no. This you would place down by just doing that. Okay, I need red and blue. Okay, so actually, you would be coming over here. You would link to you. Go through here. And then okay. Okay, so notes. Okay, so you connect the inverter to blue, and then through the bars to the red receiver. Drop it on the ground. Grab the jammer, walk through jamming this. Link from here to here. Go back through, jam the door so this opens, making this self-sufficient. Then go back through here. Grab this, pull it out. Open this. Don't think there's a way to door drop this driller, unless you can somehow just get over. But if you can get over, then you're probably in a situation where you're on top of the wall, in which case you just go over the wall straight to the finish. Actually, speaking of, this place is in a pretty big pit. Can I climb any of these walls, mayhaps? Oh. The answer may be yes. If I can get on top of this, I can probably just jump down onto the walls. Except the devs are pretty good at making the rocks slippery. Oh, come on. That looked promising. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, you can get on top. love to see it. Okay. 1. Climb the far side of the rocks to the left of the puzzle, and then jump onto the walls. Oh, you love to see it. Now, I think... Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot that just so I can reference exactly where I was climbing. Okay, so I need to have a red beam going out. Interesting that that is not colliding with the wall. Oh, my notes are covering up the debug menu. That's whatever. Okay, so imprisoned. Okay, so you have just... Okay, you have one input for the NOT gate. Okay. So the final thing is blue. So... I cannot remember the angle I used in order to connect to this. Ah, there we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's a very particular angle, but you can drop it. 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Ooh, that's... Okay, let's basically just make this as close as possible. To connect to you. Okay, there we go. So the angle is a little finicky, but you can do that. Okay. So, 1 NOT gate switch. 2, 3. Grab inverter. 3. Link to Pandora connector. Door drop left side. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 to 7. Grab connector. Link to inverter. Link to blue in. 7. Drop on ground. Good morning, Kamikaze. Angle is finicky. Angle is finicky. Same for the door drop. And then progress wheel. Okay. And then you go back through here, and then you just bonk. Actually, hang on a second. Wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say alternatively, maybe I could bring the blue in, open this, and then invert this. But no. Because then you'd have to... Actually, hang on. No, that could... No, that wouldn't work. Because you would have a solid line traveling all the way through here. So then this couldn't go across. Although I might be a dumb fuck if there's a spot where you can just jump onto the wall. Although it looks like they made their hills shallow enough that you can't actually reach the wall. Photo mode trick doesn't work. That's not necessarily true. There could be some back-end nuance that would give it some utility, but in terms of just flat-out teleportation, yeah, unfortunately that does not appear to be the case. But depending on how certain things in the game work, like, let's say, hypothetically, after you close photo mode, you are physically present on the other side for a single frame. That could maybe be used to hit a cutscene trigger. Or, like, maybe if you do the air jump while you're present on that other side, maybe that overwrites your position somehow, and then you do stay there. So, it's... There's definitely a lot of unknown variables. I wonder. Okay, let's link to you. And then link to you. And then see if there's any angle that would connect. Nah. One thing that would be a huge quality of life feature for this is, like, after you place things down, it has these black dotted lines. I think it would be really nice if there was a way to toggle having those black dotted lines always visible when you have the hologram preview out. So that you could, like, not even just for cheese use, but for just playing in-game, it would allow you to more easily get a good angle without having to, like, adjust things. Oh. Oh, that's highly unfortunate. If this blue gate wasn't here, you'd be able to get that laser. It does not look like there's any angle where the laser would end up going over the blue door, but then still working. Yeah, because it either hits the blue wall or it hits this wall. Huh? The fuck are you hitting? Random ass tree? Huh, yeah. Apparently this tree has collision. Although it probably would have ended up hitting that anyway. Okay. Yeah, I think doing this is the best I'm gonna get. Which bypasses most of the puzzle, so that's a pretty good success. Although, this particular puzzle is going to be really annoying because the door drop over there is quite finicky to have it land in a position that both gets the laser, but then also allows a position here to link to both. So that's probably going to be a pretty heavy reset. And when you reset that, you're going to have to go back to the other puzzle and redo part of it because you need to shoot the red laser across. And actually, there's a couple puzzles that utilize the red laser. So you'd have to do them all in a single attempt, because if you have to reset at any point, I think... well, you know, if you have to reset at any point, then the red laser is no longer there because all of the pieces get reset. Okay. So... 8. Okay. Puzzle 6. Hidden. Right, this one. I actually don't know which color laser would be best for this one. Because we have very easy access to the color. Because what we need to do... Wait, actually, no. Oh, no, this is obvious. Never mind. We want it to be blue. Because then we do this. Oh, wait, that's a blue thing, not a purple. Okay, we want it to be blue to open that. So then we just grab this and then walk to the end. Yeah, and this is very flat land. I do not see any shot of jumping up onto the walls. Oh, maybe if the geometry decides to not function as it's supposed to. If we can get sufficiently janky geometry, that could definitely do it. Although it looks like most of the janky geometry is janky in the wrong direction. Although, if the janky geometry is on the inside, that could also be usable. Junky geometry. That is a word letter combination that I never thought I would see. That is I mean, it's like that's like an uncanny valley of words, because that feels like something I've heard before, or like feels like the type of thing that I've heard before, yet that's completely new. Oh. Now you can stand on these statues slightly. Oh. Yo. Hey. We got the junkie. Okay, so just to verify. Okay, yes. Nice. Okay. Fairly easy to pull off, indeed. That's probably one of the easier uh like just jump straight to the end. Okay, jump up the back of the statue near the end. Walk along the wall. Near the Ned. Nice. 1. Nice, nice. We're getting a pretty good string. These first 3 levels kind of had me worried. But we're doing good. Okay. Now puzzle 7. Backwards propagation. Now this one, I believe, is just 1, 2, 3. Oh. I think I still have to set it down. Unfortunate. But then you go bop. Unless we can find some junkie. Okay. Unfortunately, no statue for us to abuse this time. Oh. This feels like the devs just being mean, just giving you barely enough elevation to not reach. Excuse me. Oh, damn. These walls are, like, just perfectly vertical. Yeah, I'm not saying anything of note. Yeah, it looks like it might just be use the sky laser. Because unfortunately, I think the default positioning of all of these is, yeah, they're too high up to jump from the ground. Oh, you know, I just realized something. North 1 has those cross-map fans. Depending on where they send you, it might be possible to just drop down into a puzzle using one of them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. How's this region looking so far regarding interactions? Uh, the first 3 levels were kind of not looking too hot. We got 13, 18, and then 25. But due to due to the Pandora statue shooting you all over the map, there's quite a few of these stages that allow you to skip most of them, most of the puzzle, by yoinking the laser from out of the sky. That's the highest so far, isn't it? I think so. I think that is the highest so far. But that's the highest one so far, but it's effectively much lower because this is able to send the Pandora beams out, which is cutting like this and this one dramatically lower, and then possibly 2 more. Okay, so puzzle 8. So yeah, I guess it's a sort of a trade-off. Although it's not even really a trade-off because this one in particular, most of those don't even come from sending the beams out. I guess it's just fortunate that it is able to send the beams out. So without connecting the Pandora beams, I think this would actually be 23. So it's a +2 to be like a minus, like, probably at least 10 by now. Okay, positional interchange. This one, I didn't look at it too much. I think that's gonna help with the end of the puzzle. I think once I get this first red one open, I think I'll be able to do something with that. But I don't think it's gonna help with the start of the puzzle. Because the only angle that works for this is like through this front door kinda. Actually, let's go ahead and verify. Yeah, 25 is the highest so far. Lost Puzzle 2 in East 1 had 21, but yeah, no, 25 is the highest so far. puzzle. Unless we can just jump. That would be really convenient. Okay, that's some really janky geometry. Although it might be visual. It might not actually be like that. We found Jonky? I think we might have found Jonky. Although, it looks like the devs might have done their job properly. Because it doesn't matter if some of this is sticking out, if stuff above it is sticking out, which means you can't get a foothold. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's turn off sprint. We do have a box in here, which could potentially help. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the developers might be good at their jobs. Like, this one looks like the most promising so far. Although, before I waste all my time, let's go ahead and verify that this would actually work. Because it doesn't matter if you can get onto the wall if it doesn't take you anywhere. Yeah. I mean, that's maybe doable. But yeah, those big blocks look like a pain in the ass. Honestly, sometimes it feels like this game has, reverse, coyote time. Where even is the goal? The goal is back there. Behind these blue walls. I suppose I should go ahead and just try to remember how to actually do the puzzle. Yeah, this puzzle took me a while. Oh, and also, I've already done this puzzle, so if you remember the solution, please go ahead and tell me. You have to swap the inverter with the connector on the button. Right, okay. Oh yeah, and then that goes up and you shoot the blue laser over. Damn. That is a very precise angle. And the inverter on the button also powers the fan. Ooh. Okay. Actually, I could... Actually... After I get the... I would have to get the connector... Actually, hang on. Okay, I would have to do the first step of the puzzle, so I could get something free. But then I could go boop, boop, boop. And then I can do that. But if I do that, then I don't have... You could use the inverter to get blue. Yeah. Also, for what it's worth, I am able to have red or blue at that Pandora connector for no extra cost. So, like, if a puzzle could use blue, that I can use blue with 0 issues. Although, you can't really access the Pandora beam from this room. Can the connector see Pandora? See, can the connector see both Pandora and the blue receiver? Yes. Although the original thing is a red connector. Oh, receiver. The answer is yes. But if the red laser isn't coming from a different angle, it's going to get in the way. I suppose maybe I could do something like this. Oh, was it? Okay. Oh, really? Oh, that's very unfortunate. Okay, let me. That's not working. Oh. Order of operations is wild. Okay, well, I suppose I should go ahead and get a baseline. Okay. So... that's probably just a given. Okay, blue's gonna be coming in, red's gonna be going out. Huh? Oh, right. The box is not in a position to open that door. if this is gonna connect to you, and then be placed here. Okay, so this one actually does not connect to here. Okay, so far back corner. Okay, so you eventually end up connected to you. Actually, I suppose let's link things as they become relevant. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, grab a connector, turn off caps lock, to link to blue out, place on button, oh my god, what? Thank you. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab inverter, link to blue connector, link to red in, place on ground. So okay, and then you grab this guy, connect to you, and then to you, and then you place it on the side of the button. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 through 12. Grab inverter, link to red in 1, link red in 2, link to blue out. Huh? Oh, this ended on 7. So 8. Okay, and then place on edge of button. And oh, that's unfortunate. This blue is already linked to this blue. So I can't reuse the connection to that. Oh, it actually also connect to that. Link to red in 1, red in 2. Okay, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to reuse the connection between these two. Because if I move this over here... Yeah, that blue laser is going to get in the way. Okay, so... I guess I'll grab the connector, link to you, and then place down here in the back corner. $14, $15, $16. Grab connector, link to trapped inverter, place on ground in back left corner of end. And then I believe actually you should have okay. Up here, link to 13, link to trapped inverter. So then up everything else by 1. So this would already be linked to you. So grab it, place that there. Right, okay. So grab connector, link to trapped inverter, link to blue in. And then 19, 20, I think. Because we do all of the connections preemptively, so it's just place the inverter on the box. Disable. Stand in front of laser to disable fan. 20. Place on box. And then that should be everything. Okay. I guess that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20. And then 21. Okay, that is a good baseline. Now, is there any way to optimize it? Okay, well that definitely can't hit this. That's the only elevated one, so that can't hit this. Unless... Let's go ahead and... No, okay. So that's... I was thinking maybe we could... I'm sorry, where's the... Well, first off, I was thinking maybe we could place the box here, connect it to the red, and then have it go over the blue, easy peasy. Where the fuck is the inverter? Huh. That is... interesting. Okay, so it placed it inside the wall, which I get that. So I put it directly behind me, like probably around here. I don't get why it's here and not here. Actually, hang on a second. Unfortunately, it looks like that's not going to be happening. Unless maybe... What if I place the box first? Okay, no, it does not place it on top of the box. Very interesting. I don't think this has any utility here, but that is very good to know. Okay, so this one maybe has some way of optimizing it more, but I'm a little I want to see what the next puzzle has to offer. Although, actually, hmm. Unfortunately, it does not look like transposition had promise for... What? Excuse me? Wait, then what the heck was puzzle 4? Refraction? Oh, I'm a dumbass, is what I am. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. Okay, so transposition was the one that was here. So actually, let me go back over to this. Okay, where... Okay, there's red. Unfortunately, it does not look like there's any lines of sight that would work. Yeah, the angles are just far too shallow. That one's almost there. Hmm. Okay, well, I suppose first things first. Try and climb this pile of rocks that is almost certainly designed to be as slippery as possible. Oh! Excuse me. Oh, interesting. That was not anticipated. But it is a pleasant surprise. Okay. Okay, I am going to take a small break and go use the restroom and maybe eat an apple or something. Okay, I am back. Oh, interesting. You can use the puzzle thing to warp to the statues as well. Okay, right. This one... This one utilizes a... blue. Okay, so... Actually, let's take a little look around, see if we can't jump on the walls, as one does. Although these walls look like they are pretty solid. Oh, that's very close. Oh, and that's the end. Is this like an intended, like, speedrun route? This feels like something that was definitely included as like a semi-hard speedrun trick. Because, I mean, this looks like a jumping off point, like, exclusively, or rather explicitly, like a ramp. Either that or it's just a tease. Yeah, actually, this might just be a tease. Because you're not getting close enough. Yeah, that definitely feels like it's just a either unfortunate geometry placement, or it's just actually a tease. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so that works. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One to two. Grab, inverter through wormhole, place on button, 2 to 3 to 4, grab driller, place on button, 5, 6, 7, 8, grab inverter, link to Pandora connector, link to red in, place on ground, progress wheel. Like, I can do that to get the door open. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to go through. Wait, excuse me? Interesting. I think I'm standing on that little metal circle thing that's around it. I don't think this helps me, though. Although that's good to know that you're able to stand on that object. Oh? Hang on a second. Felt like I was somewhat clipping through a little bit. Yo. Hang on. Ideas are forming. Oh, come on, work. Jitter more. Come on. You're whipple-arbing so much, just let it through. Damn. If this even is a thing, I don't think my frame rate is low enough. And I don't know how to make it go lower. Because I already have video on the max. Everything's already on ultra. Improve frame rate? No, I don't want that. Reduce latency. Increase sharpness. Okay, let's see if there's another thing I can do. Okay, Windows EXE cap frame rate. Okay, how to limit FPS in a game. Okay. Okay, apparently I don't have GeForce experience. Okay. Right click, NVIDIA control panel. Okay. Let's go ahead and close the game real quick. Get program settings. Okay, let me go ahead. Where is Talos? Talos Principle 2. Max frame rate. On. What? Oh, that's bullshit. I'm only okay, so using the NVIDIA control panel, I'm only allowed to set the maximum frame rate to 20. I mean, I don't think that is quite what I want. Also, I don't think it worked. Yeah, this definitely looks like more than 20 frames per second to me. No, that did not work. Oh, I need to hit apply. That probably helps. Okay. Okay, this doesn't look much worse than... I'm also not bouncing as much. I wonder if having the laser shooting across the sky affected anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and restore that. And then apply. Okay, here's a different one. How to limit Steam games. Okay, never mind. Oh my goodness, I don't want to have to use external software to limit the frame rate. Okay, hang on. UE5 game limit FPS. Okay, it looks like there is a console command you can do to limit the frame rate in-game. Now, obviously this would be not allowed, because in an actual run, you're not going to be using the terminal, because the terminal would be cheating. That's developer debug tools. But... okay. Enable cheats. And then, what was the command? T.max FPS. 10. That's still pretty smooth. 1. Oh, come on, let me through. T dot point 1. So this should be 1 frame every 10 seconds. So I'm just gonna hold forward and see if anything happens. No, it looks like the wall is solid enough. It's not gonna let me clip through. Although I am, like, jittering quite a lot. Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's get this blue laser back over here. And see if that does anything. Okay, now let's put the video back up to ultra. Okay, now it's not jittering as much. I guess maybe I was just in a funky game state. Honestly, my movement seems fairly fluid. It's just the visuals. Unfortunate. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One moment. 8, and then 9. Although if there's any janky collision here, then I could drop that down even further. Okay, well, the door would be closed, so let's go ahead and... And just jump into all the walls. See if anything crazy happens. Okay, well. Interesting to note that I can stand on this. Is there other places where that is present? Interesting, it's not working here. I guess maybe it was just that one particular alignment? This doesn't... Unfortunately, it doesn't get you, like, very much height, so it's not super helpful. I wonder if it's an orientation thing. Like, it only works if this is facing a certain cardinal direction. Ooh. Same thing for this one. It's facing the same direction. Yo. Yo, that's potentially huge. Okay, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well, this needs red and blue. Okay, that's good to know. Game, where's my compass? Okay, well that's interesting. Even if it can't... Even if it can't be used for me to get up there, to get up onto the wall, I can still potentially place an item onto the wall. And where the fuck is my compass? I would like to know which direction north is. Show HUD. Okay, apparently I'm not allowed to have a compass. Okay. Okay, that one works. Yo, I can do it here. Wait, hang on. I could jump on this. But I can't jump on this? Interesting. Maybe it is just a like an individual case basis. In that case, I need to check all of them. Okay, you can stand on this. Get out of the way. Oh. Oh. Oh, this one is just far enough out you can just stand on it completely. Oh, come on. Seriously, let me get the jump off. Okay, so it is not tall enough to land on the wall, but it might be tall enough to land on this. Okay, it seems that I have to stay holding into the wall until I land. And now it's not working at all. What the fuck? Okay, so if I can get onto there, I can then get on top. And then it looks like this is a clean shot right to the goal. Yes, yes. Interesting. I'm pressing forward and then jump, but it feels like the platform is so small that if you move forward at all, you fall off before you have time for the jump input. I wonder if I could do something like that. Like run along this slightly and then jump over. Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button. I thought I got it, but no, I just started to fly. Okay, that used a somewhat of a pause buffer. And also, activating camera mode resets your fall speed, so that could have potentially affected it. But I think this is doable. Oh, 100% doable. Okay, well this is completely doable, so let's go ahead and get it verified in an actual run. Which means I'm actually allowed to use this now. So, 1, 2, 3. Now, unfortunately, this is going to somewhat mess with my current routing, because this was the level that I shot all the lasers out from. So I'm going to have to see if there's another place where I could connect a blue laser. I can still get the red laser here for free. And by free, I mean the minimum cost of interacting with the Pandora connector. Oh, I got on top. Ooh, I got the jump off, I just did not land on the wall. This is going to be very tricky. Actually, one more. Wait. Okay. I wanted to see if I could like jump up onto the wall slightly. And there's like no room to stand. Okay, so it is this whole piece. Oh, what? Okay, I'm stupid. I had been doing all those attempts without sprinting because I forgot I disabled sprint because it makes getting up on top of this easier. Okay. The first time I make it up there, I'm probably gonna end up just completely going, like, jumping up and then just walking all the way off the edge. Ooh, or maybe I'm not. Okay. Okay, so that's wild. Okay, so okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1 to 3. Grab connector. Link to red in. Link to red out. Door drop. Jump on red in by converter. Jump to metal plate panel. Jump on wall. Progress wheel. Down from 25 to 4. Honestly, that's probably the biggest save so far. Damn. Okay. Okay, since we're using red here, we don't have to worry about the red puzzles. So the issue is, now we need a new location in order to get blue. Give me my mouse, thank you. Okay, so let's see if there's a spot where we can get blue for free. Okay, grab inverter. Blue to red. Drop. Then Okay. Okay, so yeah, there's a place we can get blue. Oh, interesting. That is a that's very interesting. That's red out to connector to link. This is red out to inverter to link. I wonder if the inverter is taking priority because it's traveling a shorter distance, or if it's because the inverter takes priority over the connector. Wait. Oh. Yeah, because it's start, one segment, two segment. Start, one segment, two segment. I figured, because in terms of connector numbers, this guy is in the middle. I figured they both would hit this, and then, fry. Okay, well. Puzzle 2, can't do that. Can't do it there. Imprisoned. And like all of these are already using it. So Pandora beam out. Red. Progress rail. Do red Pandora puzzles. Okay, so this. Okay, so these are 1, so we can't use it there. This is the out red, and it can't be out blue. These are all in. Okay, grab connector link to inverter. No, but if it has red in, if it has red in, we almost certainly can't do a blue out from itself because then it will break itself before you can get to the progress wheel. And then if it has blue in, well, we need blue to come from somewhere else. We could potentially maybe do blue out here, but this already is potentially red or blue in. So I think just throwing it into puzzle 1 is fine. Okay, so link to blue receiver. 8. Link to Pandora connector. And then update all these numbers. Okay, so +1, but that's fine because that is the minimum possible cost of using the Pandora connectors. Okay, that is minus 21. 4 divided. Let's do 4 divided by 25. Ooh, that's 16% of what it used to be. So that's a fucking 84% decrease. You love to see it. Okay, I guess. Oh, I already did pre-connected. That's 9. Okay, let's go back and take another look at no, not pre-connected, positional interchange. Okay. I don't think that connecting to this will help anything. Oh, that's highly unfortunate. If only it was just like back over slightly, then it would work. Meh. Yeah, I don't think any of the connectors, any of the pieces ever get placed in a location where it could take advantage. I guess. I guess. After I open this. Oh, actually, hang on. Pause. Pause. Yo. Grab inverter, link to blue, red in, place on ground. Door drop. That's -1. Seven. 8, 9, 18, 9, no, wait. 13. Okay. 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19. Oh, almost a sub 20. Okay. Okay, so do a door drop there. Okay, so I could place this here, and that would handle all of those, but that still doesn't account for... I guess I could check these things, but that doesn't account for the blue. Oh. Ooh. I don't think this is gonna work. Like, I imagine the door extends way too high. Oh, come on. Interesting. I wonder if it's, like, so small that you're only able to stand on it. Or you're only able to walk/run on it. Like, you're not allowed to just stand on it. Yeah, but... Okay, no, I can stand on it. I don't think it's anywhere near enough to actually, jump onto the wall, though. Just due to the horizontal nature of this particular puzzle, and like its gimmick is shooting the lasers over the other lasers, I don't think there's gonna be a way to avoid, like, I think I need this back in that corner, which means I need something, specifically this, the only other thing, to hold its ground. Or rather, to hold down the button. Yeah, because the back needs blue. If this is here, one, it can't hit it. And if... Okay, let's say we were to use this for red. There is no red output, there's only this output. So that means we would have to run it through an inverter. And if we're running it through an inverter, well then just shoot the inverter at it. Yeah, I think... I think that's what... I think that's E3. Although I haven't actually found the sparks. But I don't care about the sparks. Running around in circles, hoping you run into a thing is not fun gameplay. And like, yeah, I suppose you could actually just map out the place, the islands, and make sure that you don't double check places. But even if you don't overlap, there's a chance you just miss it, and then you have to overlap later anyway. Okay. That is not quite the full 4 hours, but my brain's getting a little tired. So I think I'm gonna call it early and get ready for work. Thanks to all the peoples who was here. All one of them. Unless there was lurkers. I can't see the lurkers. And thank you to the Vodders, if the Vodders are here. Hello. Okay, brain's getting fried. Goodbye. Have good days.